And that's why I tell the kids and whoever that I run across, like, just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't get paid for being gangster. You can't get paid. Like, the only payment you getting is death or jail. Guaranteed. It's no gangsters get rich and get chubby, move to Miami. You don't go to heaven. That's a lie. You know, it don't matter what the preacher says when you getting buried. Oh, he was a good man. They shot him for no reason. You're going to hell. You're doomed. You're doomed 2 times. You're finished. MONTREALITY, they pulled up to the crib. I don't let New York people come to the crib, but they from Canada, so they good money. Don't drop my address either. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just did 7 years. I came home for a month, got locked up for robbery I didn't even do. And I'm like, fuck. They don't tell you, all right, they don't tell you what comes with being tough or being a gangster. They don't tell you you lose your family, you lose your kids. People lose you out of their memory bank, you know what I'm saying? Out of sight, out of mind. You know, family members die. You're all alone. They don't tell you that. They tell you to put the work in and this is what we doing. This is dope, you know, because even when I was a little kid and I first started going to jail, it was cool. You go to jail, you come home, you tell your stories. The 1 year, the 2, you know what I'm saying, the 1.5 years. But when you get that 5, 6, 7 years, it's the fine print at the bottom that you don't see what a gangster life is like. It's okay to be soft. It's okay to be not from the streets. It's okay because everybody sitting behind those corporate desks is most of the time soft. You know what I'm saying? Cool, just them. They don't want to be a gangster. And when you want to be gangster, you gotta live by a different set of rules. You know what I'm saying? You know, you gotta own it. You want to be gangster, you gotta own it in any situation, at any place, at any time. You gotta own it. You know, you gotta hold that bullet. Your family member gets shot, you gotta hold that. You can't do nothing. You gotta retaliate. So there's a lot of pressure that comes from being gangster that's really not necessary. If I could be regular, you know, like how I am now, I would. You know what I'm saying? If I could turn back the hands of time, I would just go to school and I wouldn't even listen to peer pressure. It's the peer pressure, you know what I'm saying? And I learned nowadays, I don't even want to be accepted. I want to be respected. It's a difference. Before I wanted to be accepted, I wanted to fit in. I didn't grow up a gangster. I didn't grow up in a hard home and my moms ain't feed me and none of that. Nah, I had a house. I probably was the only friend that had a house out of everybody I hang with. But I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to fit in, you know what I'm saying? So every time they did something, I did it, you know what I'm saying? Until that time start kicking your ass, it's just like, damn, I'm in jail again. Then it gets tiring, and it gets tiring. And then after a while, the judge say, listen, we're gonna send you up the road for a little longer because you're not learning your lesson. And then you come home, and then you can't even function in the street. Some people don't even know how to use iPhones. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even know what income tax is. They don't know how to handle none of that because you miss so much years because it starts from 17, 15, 14, then you just, boom, come home, like me, 27. You're like, damn, you missed all the progress in your life that you were supposed to learn. You missed it. You don't even know, like me personally, like I didn't even know how to interact with my daughter. You know, when I got locked up, my baby mom was pregnant, and I didn't even know how to react when I came home. Like, I didn't even know how to be a father. I'm learning now how to be a father, like, when I speak to my daughter. Your kids deserve a shot, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta think about that with anything now. Now I think about my kids more than my reputation. It's kind of funny because I always said, like, guard your reputation with your life. All the books I read and stuff like that in jail, 48 Laws of Power, Art of War, and stuff like that. But really, you don't. You don't. That's a myth, because who cares about your reputation? You know what I'm saying? You think your kids gonna wanna hear, yo, somebody bullied me, so I had to get them back, or I had to do something. They don't wanna hear that. They just gonna hear my daddy left me because somebody stepped on his shoe, or somebody took $1,000 from him when he had $1 million, and he wanted to retaliate because he didn't want people to think he was soft. You know what I'm saying? It just, certain things I see now, like certain rappers, you know what I'm saying, feel like they wanna be tough. I don't wanna be tough, and I don't even want that stigma, you know what I'm saying? What I rap about is my life, what I went through. Am I running around gun-ho now? Never. You know what I'm saying? I'll be an idiot. I'll be a fool. And basically, that's what I try to implement into my life. So, you know when you throw it out in the air, positive energy, it's something you live by now. You can't even tell kids, because when people try to tell me, I didn't listen. I was like, man, this is soft. He's soft. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really school them. You just let them know what you went through. And if they take heed to it, they be like, oh, this what he was talking about. Nah, let me bust this U-turn. I'm not doing this. It gives you internal bleeding, like stuff you can't see. You know, you look at a person and you'll never be able to tell the internal bleeding. Like, you can see cuts on his body, or bullet wounds and stuff like that. But internal pain is different. And that's what I deal with, the internal. So you will never even be able to realize or understand what I went through in my life, you know what I'm saying? But you hanging with the gangbangers, the robbers, this is life. You robbing, you shooting, this is life, this is cool. And then you go hang with your square friends, and we in Philippe's, and they toasting with $2,000 bottles, and you be like, no way, I was fooled. This is the life. This is the life. I'm at a table with millionaires, and they are not worried about money. I'm risking my life every single day, risking my freedom every single day. And these people never risk their life a day in their life. And they living how I wanted to live, how I thought I was living. So you gotta get out of your comfort zone and step into reality. Reality is, you don't need to be accepted. Just be respected. Because it was those dudes that used to be like, nah, Kaz, I'm not cutting class, man, I'm going to class. And them dudes got their college degree, they never missed a birthday of their kids, their credit score is 800. I think the true definition of a G is I can't even tell you who told me this, but a rich man told me something, and he said, Kaz, I beat the law. I beat the law. I think that's the definition of a G. When you beat the odds, you know what I'm saying? And you're here to talk about it. A lot of people don't beat the odds. A lot of people drive through bumps and dents and engines shutting down. When you able to wiggle and maneuver and be like, oh, yeah, I used to sell a little weed. Well, I heard people getting locked up for that. I'm not doing that. Yeah, I dibble and dabble in dope. I'm done. I got enough money to put my kid through school. I'm done. That's the definition for me, is maneuvering through the bullshit without a blemish. That's spotless. Where it's like, yeah, you know, I took a loss. I had to go to jail for 5 years. Then I had to go to jail for 2 more. That's not, a G is going through untouched. You know what I'm saying? You can get there, like I feel like I'm a G now, like really, not a gangster gun-ho, no. when you understand the universe. So now, again, it's just like, that's my definition of a gangster. When you make it through the storm without a flaw, like you flawless. DMX, definitely. It was like, DMX did something to my soul. Like he was angry in the booth, he was angry, and you just felt it. You know what I'm saying? He gave you hope. You know what I'm saying? Especially like Biggie gave you stories, Tupac made you feel stories, X put you in the movie with him. He was talking in third parties. He was there. Like, you felt it. You felt the devil talking to him. Yo, you my mans. And yeah, like you felt it. And it was all him. It wasn't like somebody doing the ad-libs. It was all him. X is definitely a legend, man. You know, people tend to not put him on a pedestal, but when I see him, it's like I'm standing in front of God. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. He's real, but I don't even look at it like a relationship. That's my friend. You know what I'm saying? You know, I told her the other day, I said, you my friend, you my girl, you my side bitch, you everything. You know what I'm saying? As long as you keep it like that, then it's good. Because when you put it like, oh, that's my girl, or this, I don't, you know, it gets to you holding back. You holding back the secrets, the jokes, the eyeballing. You know what I'm saying? You holding all that back because you don't want to hurt their feelings. You might not want to say, baby, dang, look at her. Because you're like, my girl is gonna get mad. But when that's your friend, you like, baby, look at her ass. That shit is flatter than a motherfucker. And she like, yeah, she need an operation. And it's just fun. When it goes to not being fun, then it's no longer gonna work. You know what I'm saying? So it's not, that's like when you make work fun, it's no longer work. So when you make your relationship fun, it's no longer a relationship, it's a bond. You know, me and her been through a lot. She hurt me, I hurt her. I hurt her, she hurt me, you know what I'm saying? So it just didn't get here overnight. But I guess on the last try, we like, listen, we ain't even gonna play that. We gonna have fun, we gonna enjoy ourselves, we gonna love each other. The most romantic thing I ever did would be buying out all the flowers from a store and send them to the house. That's probably the most romantic, but I'm a gangster. So is she. So that was cool, but she'll prefer a bag or two. Like, nigga, you spent all this money on this? Nah, I'd rather a bag. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's so cool about us, because it's like, it's fun. It's not, oh, baby, I love these roses so much. Oh, my gosh, I want to cry. Nigga, where that bag at? You know I want that bag. I know, I got you. Don't worry. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. She might want to do some romantic shit to me, and I'll be like, man, if you don't get the hell out of here and sit down on this dick, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't with all that kissy shit, you know what I'm saying? So we friends, man. And I think that's the only way it's going to work. My message to the youth would be, like I said before, don't try to be accepted. Just try to be respected. If the people that accepted you don't respect you, it's useless. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to fit in. Everybody that's really successful stands out. You know what I'm saying? And if you do really want to be a gangster, make sure you read the fine print on the box. And listen, it's not all what it's cut out to be. And pray. Pray, or have somebody pray for you. if you don't believe in God. Because prayer works. I know my parents been praying for me, man. I dodged a couple bullets. You can never get that time back. Time is of the essence. You can never get it back. Don't let them trick you. You can't. Them years, you can't get those back. So just remember that. And anything you do, you can never get those years missed back.
MONTREALITY show.
Yeah, it's the Talk of New York, Tony Yayo.
Yeah, it's the boy Uncle Murder, a.k.a. Lenny Grant.
And we on MONTREALITY, the biggest shit in Canada, man.
Whoa!
Woo, 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 whoa.
Yeah, they let us sing with felonies.